Hi Scorpio, welcome to your Is It in the Cards Love Tarot and Oracle card reading for August 2024. This is a love reading for all Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This will be one of the Oracle cards for today from the Moonology Manifestation deck. New Moon in Gemini. Think it through, okay? So we'll see how that relates to the tarot as we consult. And we also have a Whispers of Love card for you too. We have here, get to know each other. Now this is interesting. If something feels hot and heavy, they might be saying, let's just let this unfold and not rush in. Learn to meet another's need for love, okay? And we know sometimes I've had friends who have jumped pretty quick into evolving the relationship and realized, you know, they had done some things and said, now I'm dating this person. I don't even know who they are. So I feel like with this, it's one of those timing things where we're going to move this along organically. Let's consult. All right, we will draw 3 cards to represent your energy, 3 cards for the person you are attracting, 3 cards on the advice. Your energy is the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the King of Pentacles. Interesting. Their energy is the World, the King of Wands, and the Emperor. Very powerful people we're working with here. The advice is the 6 of Cups, the 2 of, I like this, 2 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Well, I feel like this kind of softens it because you have these 2 very powerful energies. I mean, in your energy alone, you have the power couple of the tarot, these 2. Okay, power couple right here. But with the High Priestess too, she's also a card of analysis and not being pushed too much. So before we go too far here, we have Aries, Leo, Taurus is here, fire, water, earth, and yeah, 3 major arcana. So out of 9 cards, that's pretty significant. Well, I feel like too, if you're having dreams about love, you're manifesting that. Those dreams are your subconscious talking to you. And so I feel like too, if you're starting to get very clear about the type of person that you're looking for. I was watching a show the other day and a woman said, if they're under 6 feet tall, they're just a friend. And she was rather tall. So I just thought that was kind of a funny little line. And, you know, but being clear about, look, that's just how it is. I mean, I don't see any problem with that. If that's her, that's her. But I do feel like too, with this, the King and Queen of Pentacles are very particular. And so you might find that you have a very particular list. I see nothing wrong with that. I would never tell anybody you're being too picky or settle. Who am I to tell you that you should settle? That's crazy. So if you have people around you who are, you might find that you want to talk to them less about your standards, because what can happen is we get coaxed into something that isn't really for us. And sometimes it's out of, you know, of course, people around you want you to be happy and they go, well, what about this person? And they start trying to sell them. No, I feel like with this, you know, like you know. And so with that High Priestess energy, expect some synchronicities, expect the universe to be communicating with you. When things start to happen and you go, that was weird. Well, it's also called your subconscious saying, come this way, Scorpio. Come over here. I've got one for you over here. Let's move a little closer. And I feel like too, this is a person that you're going to bring in where you've met your match. Okay. If you're a strong, powerful Scorpio, and I work with a few Scorpios who I absolutely adore and love. And I've worked with one for 23 years. That's just like my brother. Okay. I mean, really adore. And so I feel like you're going to bring in somebody that really sees that in you. One of those people that you'll find in your life. And I hope you have people like me who really look at you and say, I can't imagine my life and my career without this person in it. You've made a difference. I feel like you're bringing somebody in that sees that in you. And so with this energy of the High Priestess, though, she is a card of analysis and that psychic energy. She is also celibate, so if it's been a bit of a dry spell, don't worry about it. That's coming to an end for you. I do feel like whoever this person is, they're very passionate and they're going to be very attracted to you. So just get ready. But with this energy of the High Priestess, she represents a new cycle, deep spirituality. I mean, this is a connection, even though there's a passion and a zest and a fire to it. There's love here and there's deep spirituality. You know, we bring people in for a purpose. They're part of our evolution. They're part of our growth. We're here to have you know, frolic and have fun with other beings and to evolve together. And so I feel like you're going to be doing just that. You're bringing somebody in here who's quite solid. So where you have the very prominent energy, and I'm going to go back to this a minute. If people tell you sometimes that you're intimidating, it's this. But you know what? Don't dull your luster. Okay, you know, there's plenty of people out there that can match your shine without you having to say, well, I better tone it down because they're intimidated. I also find that, to me, I kind of bristle at that, but I feel like somebody here has been told that, where you're just strong and you know who you are, you have convictions, you're independent, you're wise, you've got a lot going for you with this, and sometimes other people just have their own insecurities and they're maybe just not a match. So talk about a match. I mean, this is not somebody who would be intimidated by anybody either. I mean, this is someone you'll be quite proud to be with. I feel like they're quite accomplished. And whatever they put their mind to, I feel like this is somebody too who may have done a lot of different things where it's like they've got all these accomplishments, you know, where they've got a scuba diving certificate or they run a business and they've, you know, mastered, they've got trophies that they've got in storage from things, you know, but they're not showy with it. I feel like it's more like the race is them against them. Okay, they're not going to try to show off and brag and tell everyone how great they are. I feel like they've done a lot of things, but they wait until they get to know somebody. That will come out gradually. I also feel like, too, if you visit their house of origin, you're going to find out a lot of things about them, and not because they're secretive, but again, because it's more like they've got a quiet leadership. There's something very attractive about this person. I also feel like, too, if you ever are in a position where there's a conflict, I feel like they're very adept at handling it, where you won't walk away and feel like, well, that person just betrayed me. Have you ever had that where, you know, somebody doesn't stand with you, and I don't even mean stand up for you, they don't stand with you, and it creates an awkward energy? Not this person. This person's going to ride for you, and I'm talking they're going to ride hard. And that's just how they are, but they do it in a way that's classy. They don't do it in a way where it's you know, reality television screaming and yelling at people. No, no, no. This is somebody that is a class act. I also feel like, too, I mentioned they've had a lot of success in their life. I feel like a lot of it is self-made. Like they're just somebody who's a go-getter. They're somebody who is determined. And with that energy of the world, this also may be somebody who's traveled quite a bit. And somebody who has, I mean, the world is everything. They've got lots of achievements. But I will tell you, in terms of love, I feel like you're right on the money for them. This is somebody who is, again, doesn't need to be in a relationship. They want to be in one. And I still feel like it's a love at first sight chemistry kind of a thing where the chemistry is so strong. And it may be one of those things, too, where you meet them in a strange place like a store and they kind of turn and look. Or you meet them in a situation, you're both in a waiting room or something, like for a vehicle. I get this like energy where you're not expecting to meet and there they are. But with that King of Wands energy too, like I said, it's somebody who's very charismatic and it's somebody who will be up for anything. So if you've had some bumps, you know, the potato that sits on your couch and never wants to do anything. I mean, I'm all for a night in, I'll you know, once in a while or whenever, but just constantly like somebody who doesn't have any ambition, that's not them. If you've had that before, where I get that, it's like this low ambition thing in the past. This person has a lot of ambition. And like I said, they have a means to do it. They're not just talk, they're an action person. This isn't a huge action taker, which I also think too, that they won't be shy. They will be willing to contact you. You're not going to be waiting days and weeks wondering whatever happened to them. This is somebody who will keep in good communication. They don't want people to be confused, okay? And it's kind of like, I feel like their energy is kind of like they have a lot of friends and people around them, but they're not a people pleaser. And so with the advice here, how about let's fall in love? Let's have fun with it. Let's let our guard down. Let's be in the place where we allow this to develop and evolve, because with the Six of Cups, that's a return to love. It's one of those fairy tale cards. And it's also, too, really focusing on each other, doing nice things for each other, making each other a priority, okay? So it's not just when it's convenient. It really is saying, like, this is I'm in. I am all in. And so with that Two of Pentacles energy, it's also about work-life balance. So if you've been a little busy, I get somebody like in a hospital setting, if you have a very busy job where you work 10-hour days or something like that, and you get the 3 off, 4 on kind of a schedule, and it makes it a little bit hard to date, I feel like it's going to work out, especially with that Ace of Cups. There is a pull there. There is something real here. When that Ace of Cups, Six of Cups showed up, it's like you just let your shoulders drop. Let yourself be swept into this romantic energy, because this is the kind of relationship where you just want more of it. And it's also two people who get along. Okay, I get that very much. Like the two of you won't be threatened by one another. That's what it comes off as, is like two people who know who they are and can be together because they already know who they are. They're not trying to find their way through the relationship. Okay, it's beautiful. So I'm going to give this one a yes, but let's see what the angels want to tell you. Big happy changes. If romance comes, I'm screaming. No need to worry. Okay, I guess they're saying it's not coming. Peaceful resolution. Well, you don't have cards of conflict here. So if you do have some kind of conflict you're trying to work through, I feel like you're going to make it work because you've got perfect timing here. And you've got a yes. All right. Yes, it's in the cards. I love you too, Scorpio. And I'll be back again soon.